Life in Paraguay. What is it actually like living here as a foreigner? And I mean the real, like what it looks like on an average Tuesday. I'm Caleb with base in Paraguay, and I've been living in Paraguay for almost 3 years now with my family. I got my girl, my doggy, and I got a baby on the way who will be born any second now. And this is my real life out here with no filter. Let's get into it. So to kick things off, I'll walk you through my typical day here. I wake up, I do my morning routine, which involves 25 steps. Just kidding, it's a little more simple. I wake up, do some meditation, then I have my bone broth and sardines and fruit, very specific diet because I have an autoimmune condition, so I have to eat properly. Get a little supplements, get a little sunlight, which is awesome because Paraguay has a bunch of sun. Nothing too crazy, but it sets my day right. And then I'll go and take our doggy and drop him off at my suegra's house, which means my girlfriend's mom and dad's house, because he's a little dachshund, full of energy, and he has to go play while I'm away. And they got 2 dogs, so he loves it over there. And luckily, they're about 5 minutes away from our house here. So after I drop them off, 3 days a week, I hit the gym. I go to Premier Fitness. It is the top gym here in Asunción, according to me. There's some other high luxury ones, but that's my favorite. I like them the most because they have a huge space, especially in the boxing area. And I like hitting the heavy bag, so I like my space, and it's perfect. So I'll hit that 3 days a week, do boxing, calisthenics, get that righteous sweat, shower up, and then I'll hit work. And this is where it gets really, really good. So my office is in a cafe in one of the best malls here called Paseo La Galeria. Now there's 3 big malls that foreigners usually hang out around. There's Paseo La Galeria, there's Shopping del Sol, and there's Mariscal Shopping. Paseo La Galeria is absolutely my favorite. And my favorite place to work is a cafe there called Cafe de Acá. So when I get there, I order a terere and I lock in for hours. Some days I can lock in there for 3 to 5 hours. It's crazy. Other days, a little more antsy. So I'll lock in for a couple hours and then I'll go to a different place and maybe get an agua con gas, which is a water with soda, with a little bit of lemon in it, and then keep going and switch it up. But that's my work setup. And honestly, it's what makes living here so much fun for me. Like the cafe culture here in Paraguay, especially in Asunción, is amazing in my opinion. And the pace is super, super slow and welcoming. So you can just sit there and post up for hours if you want. Like no one's sitting there checking and watching the clock, making sure, you got to get out. No one cares, man. They just want to welcome you in, you do your thing, and you leave when you want to. It's pretty awesome. Now, I mentioned terere back there, and I want to talk about it right now because it is super special here in Paraguay. And it's a non-negotiable in my routine. I am addicted to that shit. So terere is an iced yerba mate from Paraguay. Now, where mate started, Paraguayans say Paraguay, Argentinians say Argentina. In Paraguay, we know the truth, but I'm not going to start wars here. Terere is the iced version, and it's a Paraguay essential. I kid you not, almost everyone here drinks it. Of course, there's outliers, but damn near everyone here drinks it. They've been drinking it since they were young. My girlfriend's niece has literally been drinking that since she was 3 years old. It's crazy. You'll see everyone walking around with their big ass cooler and the little straw. It's called the wampa and the bombilla, and they're sipping that stuff because it's essential. It has a lot of herbs in it that make this heat bearable, like menta. We call those yuyos, and there's a huge culture of yuyos here in Paraguay. So you kind of mix and match your different yuyos based on your situation, and they have different flavors. And for me, for my autoimmune condition, I have different yuyos that are actually supportive of it. So it's been really awesome for me to get to know that side of Paraguay. And one more thing on terere, I told you it's important. I'm a firm believer that you won't really know Paraguay until you start drinking terere, and you won't really understand the people until you start drinking that and vibing with them. It's crazy. It's like my first sip, I was like Neo in the Matrix. I was like, oh, okay, this is Paraguay. All right. And by the way, if you are thinking about residency here in Paraguay, whether that's for building a base, investing, or business and tax reasons, you can schedule a Paraguay-based strategy call. The link is in the comments below. You can talk with our team here locally in Asunción, and we can see if we can help you. Now, let's get to the food because this is honestly one of the biggest parts about Paraguay that has kept my ass here for 3 years. Paraguay is a carnivore's paradise. The beef here is grass-fed, almost 100% grass-fed, affordable, and some of the best I've had in my entire life. And I've eaten a lot of damn steak. My favorite cut right now is contrafilet, which is, it's like a New York strip. I also like picanha, of course, which they call tapa quadrille here. And bife chorizo is also a banger for me. Don't get that mixed up with the Mexican chorizo sausage. Bife chorizo is its own cut. I don't know exactly which one, but it's fatty, has a huge fat cap, succulent red meat. It is delicious. So I'll usually go to the supermarket, get a couple cuts, come home, cook up my favorite, maybe mix in a few veggies. If we do eat those, we don't want those. And know that I'm eating at a fraction of what it would cost in the US. It is crazy good. Now, speaking of meat, on Saturdays, here's where it gets even better. There's a couple supermarkets in the city that do their own asados. Asado is the Paraguayan culture of grilling meats outside, very low and slow. A couple supermarkets do that in their parking lot on Saturday. So I will go like to Super Seis in my neighborhood here, get that meat, come back and crush it. It is amazing. And if you think that's not enough, on Sundays, a lot of families do asados too. On the weekends, Sundays are actually a very underrated day here in Paraguay because the whole city shuts down. And today I'm recording this video. It is a Sunday. It is quiet. It is zen. Everyone is at their family house, either drinking terere, cooking and eating asado, or just shooting the shit with their family for hours around the table. It is a blissful day. So on Sundays, I will sometimes go out to my girlfriend's family's house, and her dad and brother, I kid you not, are gods on the asado. I will go eat the asado there and OD on me. So I think you're starting to see the trend here with Paraguay meat. A little correlation, right? I cannot emphasize how good that shit is here. It is insane. Okay, and for the non-meat eaters, there are options too that are also just as good. And let's get into those because my girlfriend, she doesn't eat meat as much like that. So a good place is called La Casita Gourmet de Judith, and that's what my girlfriend likes to eat a lot. It's a very health conscious place. They break down the ingredients there, like gluten-free, lactose-free. You can see what they cook in there, and the meals are very, very nice. They're warm, like you got your starch or potatoes, sweet potatoes, or they call batata here, with some warm meat and sauce and different Paraguayan specialties that they mix and match. And it's very affordable, very cheap, and you can order in Pedidos Ya, which is the food delivery app, and we get that very, very often. On other days, she likes burgers. She's pregnant now, so she's basically eating up the damn supermarket right now. So burgers, lomitos, which is like a Paraguayan meat wrap. There's a lot. Also, there's my favorites. There's a place called Ña Estafakia. Out of my American ignorance, I always call it Na Estafuca. And my girlfriend, she laughs and gets mad at me, but it's called Na Estafakia. And it has Paraguayan specialties from chipa sool, which are like little meat sandwiches wrapped in this corn chipa mix. That's one of my favorites. They got soup vori vori, which is like chicken, a clear chicken broth with these cheese dumpling type things inside. They got all the Paraguayan specialties at very accessible prices. It's an awesome chain. I would suggest you try it if you come here. One thing I will say about food though, if you are looking for organic, here Paraguay has it, but it's just not as developed as other countries. For example, I go to Florianopolis, Brazil a lot. Down there, they have plentiful organic stuff. Here, they have it. It's just in very select stores and very select neighborhoods. It's not a widespread thing yet. That said, the beef is all grass-fed, and that's pretty much what I eat, so I don't care about the rest personally. But I just want to put that out there. Now let's talk about transportation here. For me, it's very simple. My girlfriend and I split a car, so we use that to get around everywhere. But before I was with her, I was using what's called Bolt. Bolt is the equivalent of Uber here in Paraguay, and it is very accessible. They can come in like 1 to 2 minutes, and it is very, very cheap. You can get around the city for like $2 to $4. It is awesome. Now, mind you, there is no subway here in Paraguay. They are building a train though, which will go out to the interior, which is coming soon, and it's going to connect a lot of the more rural and beautiful parts outside of Asunción with the city, which is really bullish for Paraguay. But as of now, they haven't built it out yet. But they do have a bus system here, but for foreigners, it's not the most user-friendly and it's not very reliable. So I would just bolt around if I were coming here without a car or invest in a car. Now let's talk about living. I've lived in 4 different neighborhoods here in Asunción. If you saw my most recent video, how I got residency in one trip, I talked about I came and lived in Villa Mora, my first time here in Asunción. By the way, you can check out that video. The link is in the description below. Villa Mora is awesome. It's pretty modern. It's accessible. It's right next to Mariscal Shopping. You have restaurants down there. You have gyms like Premier Fitness. My gym is right near there. Very, very good for foreigners starting out. And then I moved over to the other side, up near Paseo Galleria, up near Shopping del Sol. These are very good to start out. I live Avenida Santa Teresa, which is very close to Paseo Galleria. It's just walkable. If you are coming here, I would suggest looking at these neighborhoods first and then expanding. Of course, there's other neighborhoods too, which I can make a video on in the future, but that's where I live now, and it served me pretty well. Another thing too about neighborhoods is it's key to be on the ground here when you do look for places to live, because neighborhoods can vary block by block. You can have a very nice apartment in a shack right next to it. Location matters, especially on the blocks themselves. So it is important to come and see the neighborhoods before you commit. And that is why it is important to have a team on the ground who can help you with that. And that's why we help out folks who are looking at Asunción with that exact process. Now, this is another part about living here that's honestly really hard to explain unless you are here to experience it. And this is that Paraguay is super slow. And I honestly mean this in the best way possible. The waiters take their time. Maintenance people can say they're coming today and come in a month. It can get annoying at times, especially coming from a Western country. On the other end, for me at least, it's just a representative of a more relaxed culture. And at first, you fight it. I did. I got pissed off. But the more I settled into it, the more I became accustomed to it. I stopped fighting, and it actually relaxes me because it stops me from rushing, which I brought from America, from the US, that hustle culture. And now I take my time. I take my pace. I'll sip some terere in between movements to different cafes. Like the pace is tranquilo, as they say here in Paraguay, and it is very contagious energy. And speaking of the people. The people in Paraguay are very, very warm, relaxed, and chill. But on that note, the people will give you back what you give them. If you come with some great warm energy and you have an open heart, they will give you the world. These people are some of the nicest people ever. But on the other end, if you come and you're guarded, you're conceited, and you're bringing hostility, they will reflect that back. My theory is that Paraguayans are still very new to foreigners, and foreigners are very new to Paraguay. So they're almost like a blank slate. Right now, foreigners have the opportunity to sort of create a conception in real time. So I think that's a beautiful opportunity because you are more likely to be welcomed for who you are here than for how you look or where you come from. And that's a beautiful thing. Now let's talk social life. And I'm going to be real with you. My social life right now is home because my girlfriend is super duper pregnant and we're expecting our child right now. She can literally knock on this door and tell me we got to go to the hospital. It's crazy. But when I was single here, different story. My social routine usually consisted of me rotating different cafes and different malls. So the three I mentioned before, Mariscal Shopping, Shopping del Sol, Paseo Galleria. There's plenty of cafes, restaurants, and little social gathering spots within there. So I would just post up for hours, read books, and spark up conversations with people around me. I met some buddies that way for sure. Another way I'd meet people was at the gym. As I mentioned before, I love to train boxing. So I'd be training at the gym. So people would come and spark up conversation. Maybe we get to a little sparring, talk, kick it, train outside the gym. And I met some good buddies that way too. And lastly is dancing. I love to go dancing, especially to electronic and house music and techno. They got some great spots here. La Condesa is my favorite. I've also heard a lot about tango. I haven't been there and there's some other ones, but I would go dancing and meet people out there too. So those are my three ways. And I usually recommend to folks coming here, especially to Paraguay or anywhere really, if you want to make a social life, there's a lot of pressure sometimes, especially when you're super lonely, to go and meet people, go and meet friends, and you can do that. But for me, I've usually found that loving the place first and establishing a routine I love cafes, I love boxing, I love dancing, and doing these things over and over again, I eventually meet people there that love the same things. And that's how I've founded some of the best bonds here in Paraguay and life in general in my travels. So just a side note. And one more thing too to mention here about the social scene in Paraguay, it's not a crazy bro culture, like travel bro, drink bro. Like, of course, there's a lot of parties, a lot of drinking and turning up. I'm not part of that life right now. When I first came here, I was, and it's here, but it's not crazy and pushed. That's more so a benefit or a small piece of living here than the entire feature and point of Paraguay. Paraguay is much more grounded, much more about living and enjoying everything about Paraguay. The food, the pace, terere, the cafes, the interior, the beautiful nature, which we'll talk about in a second. It's not just come party. It exists, but it's not the focus. So you'll have a nice balance here versus a pressure to go and do things every single day. You'll find yourself chilling out. Again, the chillness. Okay, so now I mentioned nature before. This is another big part of my life here in Paraguay. My girl and I love to take our doggy and go on a nature trip once every month. So Paraguay has a very unique geography. Up into the north is the Chaco. Chaco is its own distinct region. It's very hot there, very harsh climate, lots of crazy diverse wildlife. And then there's the interior. The interior is more on the eastern side of Paraguay. So the interior has beautiful nature. They have the mountains called cerros. Now, it's not Mount Everest, but they got cerros. And in some regions, like Paraguay, our favorite to go, there's cerros that are surrounding you 360. So there's campsites. You can go glamping. We usually go to a glamping spot, luxury camping in Paraguay, right next to the cerros, so we can see the cerros, breathe in that fresh air. And of course, there's a campfire, so I'm cooking asado from sundown to sun up. My little doggy's playing, he's hunting, he's a dash hunt, so he loves it. It's amazing. And we try to do this once a month. And that brings me to another little point about Asunción. Overall, the air quality is very good, as you can see today, maybe in the background here. The air is pretty decent. There's not much smog. There are some days where it is a little smoggier. The air here is not perfect. It is better in the countryside. I lived in China for 5 years. It is nowhere near that level, but you just want to be mindful that some days you might get a little pollution here and it's not all clear skies. Now, to summarize everything that we talked about, what I love about my life here, the terere. Yes, the pace, the terere, and the steak. And I cannot overstate this enough. I also love the Mercosur access because Paraguay is right next to Florianopolis, Brazil, Argentina. And I personally go to Florianopolis 4 times a week if I'm on beaches. It's a short trip. It's amazing. So I can lock in here in Paraguay, live life, build stuff. And then when I want the beach, I go right to Florianopolis and come back. And it's giving me a balance that I honestly cannot build better anywhere else. Now, the challenges about this life, number one, this damn heat. I'm sweating my nuts off right now just talking to you. It's over 100 degrees with humidity that does not play around. And on top of that, there's infrastructure gaps here that are very visible, especially coming from the West. The roads a lot of times are bumpy as hell. It's like a damn roller coaster driving on those things. There are power outages that happen frequently, not super frequently, but enough to be like, damn, not again. And as I mentioned before, air quality sometimes can be an issue. I'm just more sensitive because I have an autoimmune. So if you do have a condition, just be aware. And one more thing to mention is that my life now that I just shared looks a lot different than when I was single. Originally, I came with a one-way ticket and it was just me against the world. Now I have a girl, baby on the way, and a doggy, and life is different. So if you are single coming here, your life will probably look a little bit different than mine. You'll be doing more rotating around, more discovery, more adventurous, more going out. But the core is the same. The cost of living here, the pace, the food, tranquiloness, the cold terere, the steaks, the nightlife everywhere when you want it. It's pretty damn good living here in Paraguay, okay? It's not for everybody, but if it is for you, it's a very, very nice pace. All right, so now I've covered what life in Paraguay looks like, not just the brochure version or what you see online, the actual day-to-day from someone living here right now. And if you are looking to build your life here in Paraguay, whether that be for business or whether that be for just a place to live, you can book a Paraguay strategy base call. The link is in the comments below, and you can speak to our team here locally in Asunción, and we will see if it's the right fit for you. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.